Assalamualaikum to everyone. Today I'm walking in the small Indonesian city called Purwokerto. The population of the city is just 250,000 people. I live here for already 2 years, and actually I and my wife do it every Saturdays, every week. We call this program 10,000 steps. So we are walking every Saturdays through the city. Why? Because it is healthy. It is rainy now, but we prepared raincoats, and I guess we already took umbrellas, so we need to take on our raincoats, right? I have really cool raincoat in a cyberpunk yellow style. Now we can continue our journey throughout the rain. Last time when I was walking here, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind, and I was thinking, oh, why shouldn't I record a video about it and just talk about some things in front of the camera, about Indonesia, about philosophy a little bit, about Indonesian culture. Because people in Indonesia, they don't like to walk. They use motorbikes a lot. It's not like in Western countries and in some other countries. So let's talk about it. You can see many buildings here. Not the best area, because this is actually the living area. A lot of private houses, and some of them are poor. But I still like to be here actually, because it is still cozy, for me. Maybe for you, as for Indonesian people, it's just normal, nothing special. But I'm not Indonesian, that's why this is so unique for me. Our path is leading through this way, and we are aimed to the center of the city. I would call it downtown. This is a small city, as I said before, and people here don't have this American word as downtown, but I still use this word to describe the center of Indonesian cities. As you see, the rain is becoming more heavy, and I love it, because in Russia, in autumn especially, we have a lot of rains as well, and for me it's quite melancholic. It's like quite cozy, Indonesian people don't really like to stay under rain, but I love it. My mother-in-law decided to accompany us, and she's coming, so we will be together. It's so funny. I just noticed that the head of my raincoat is broken. Let's try to cross the road. Okay, the rain is not as heavy as before, and we're trying to cross the street. Oh my god, it's so dangerous in this country. I don't know why. People just don't want to stop.
Because here in Indonesia, we don't have traffic light that you can push the button and then the red light will appear and then everyone will stop. We don't have this kind of system. Maybe we have only some
in the future, in the new capital.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, in the new capital. Yeah. Okay, it is not rainy anymore, and we are taking off our raincoats. In some parts you can see good sidewalks, not the best one, but still they are not bad. And my wife was telling me the story that a long time ago they had a really good mayor in this city who ordered to build these sidewalks and build a really good infrastructure. But since then the new mayors didn't renovate it. I don't know why. I often ask Indonesian people, why don't you like to walk? And the answer is always the same, because it is too hot. But come on, in the evening it is not hot. The weather is just perfect for walking. And I think the real reason is the culture. I am not talking about the traditional Indonesian culture. I am talking about the culture of the new age, the culture that appeared only in the 21st century when people got a lot of motorbikes. So just think about how ancestors of Indonesian people were living long time ago. I mean, in the Middle Ages, for example. Of course, they were walking. They didn't use vehicles. They didn't have vehicles, right? So I think it would be really nice if people in Indonesia will start to walk, because it is really healthy and sometimes it could be beautiful. What I'm talking about, when you ride a motorbike or a car, you're just passing things, you don't have time to think about something, you don't have time to relax. But when you are walking, you could notice a lot of small things, a lot of interesting things. You can observe the architecture, you can observe the trees that are growing on your way, and it is really relaxing, in our modern era, when people have a lot of stress, when people are getting depressed because they use social media a lot, they use TikTok, Instagram, they're getting tired of a lot of information, especially about political cases, for example, war in Gaza or war in Ukraine, and of course people are getting tired. So when you're walking, you just starting to ignore everything that is not really important for your life. You're just concentrating on your own life. You start to notice a lot of small things that makes your life more interesting, that makes your life more alive. For example, this street is just normal, right? Nothing special here. But I really love to see the trees, the shape of the trees. Especially for me, it's so unique because we don't have these kinds of trees in Russia. Or I love to see small stalls, different people. Of course, there are a lot of vehicles. This is not interesting at all because it just makes noises, but trees, small things. Sometimes I even could see lizards, insects. It is interesting too, We are getting closer to the center, but still we are the only one who are walking. And I really love the vibes of these dark lights because it reminds me of Asian aesthetic from old movies. When I was younger, I really loved to watch movies with Jackie Chan, some Hong Kong movies, especially the movies of Wong Kar-wai, like Chungking Express, for example. And I don't know why, but these streets just remind me about the melancholic vibe that I could feel while watching those movies. I think a lot of people passing us on vehicles just so curious. Why is this white guy walking here? Because this city is not touristy. Like you can rarely see white foreigners here. There is a new store recently built in Purwokerto, Dekor Rumah. I don't want to advertise this, but you can see that the store is really good. And I see that a lot of new businesses open in this city, which means people here have money and the economy is not as bad as in Russia. Because in Russia last 5 years, nothing new opened, you know. Like businesses are just getting stuck, and many businesses closed because of the war and because the economy collapses. But here the situation is different. This is one of the reasons I really love Indonesia, because of course Indonesia is not the richest country, but still you can feel safe here, you can see the future, you can plan the future, you can create business, and you have a lot of opportunities. And I know that there were a lot of protests recently in August, and people are not happy with the government. Some people don't like the Indonesian government, which is happening in every country in the world. But you know what I want to say? At least you don't have totalitarianism, you don't have really strict government. You still can protest, you can still go on the street and say that you don't like something, and I think it says a lot about the country. In 2 minutes there will be Maghrib time and we have to pray, and it is so easy to find a mosque here. My wife told me that in 2 minutes in front of us there will be the mosque, so we can stop here, rest a little bit, pray, and then go further because we also want to eat. I actually don't really love to go to small mosques because people start to stare at me because I am a foreigner, and as an introvert person it is a little bit disturbed me. Let's check the mosque from the inside. I think that is the area for women and another one for men. Some people are already praying Sunnah. Okay. So I just finished and need to wait for my wife. Okay, now we can eat eventually, and I feel hungry since when we started our way around 40 minutes approximately passed, and we spent some energy. It's good to eat now. There is a place called Wismi, and I and my wife call that place student noodles. Why? Because the food there is really very cheap. That's why a lot of students, a lot of young people go to eat there. They have a lot of variations, a lot of options of food. You can order different noodles and ice cream and a lot of drinks. So let's check, let's find out. It is dark now and more people are outside. I think because in Indonesia people prefer to hang out with friends and go to cafes, restaurants after Maghrib time.
Normally here is 6 p.m.
What's interesting, they even have Starbucks here, because Starbucks is quite expensive even for me. It means that there are a lot of rich people actually live in this city, and maybe some rich people from the area outside of the city, like neighborhood cities, you know. And this situation is quite unique, since, for example, in Russia, if we have one city, another one will be far, at least 30 kilometers, but usually like 200 kilometers. I mean, the distance between different cities are quite far, but here you can have city after city after city, and between them just 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers, something like that. We're coming closer to the place where we want to eat. This one, super cheap, but still eatable. This is the interior.
So
What
we
is this?
Choose the seat.
Okay, we can choose the seat
Yes,
here
and then we just take.
and take the number.
So where should we eat? So the yellow one is for 2 people. The red
Okay,
one
okay,
is for
okay. So
4.
they have seats for 2 people, for 4 people, 6, 8. We just need for 4 people.
Yang 4 tuh di sini.
I don't know. I actually like the interior. It's not bad. It's very modern, very clean, you see. And the food here, I will tell about the food. How much is it cost? But even from here I can see like you can order noodles from 10,000 rupiah. So you see guys that it is really cheap. I got my red velvet drink. It costs only 13,000 rupiah, which is I think less than $1. Let's taste it. The taste is good, but it's blended with ice, I guess, because you can tell small pieces of ice. And we also ordered noodles. Each dish is just 10,000 rupiah, less than $1.
So we still have ice cream with us, so we want to take the ice cream. Let's see what do they have here. Okay, they have the cone and strawberry. Okay, sirsak is good. It's sour soup. Oh my god, so Indonesian. They have klepon. Klepon is sweet Indonesian cakes. It has palm sugar inside, you know. Okay, vanilla, and they have matcha. Definitely I will take matcha, and I really want to have durian ice cream with me, but since Kamil doesn't like durian, should I take it or not? Not sure. He will be like pissed if I take this and then mix it with matcha, for example. Mbak, es krim 2 rasa yang matcha sama klepon. Can you imagine the coffee start even less than $1? It's only 12,000. So cheap here. This one tastes exactly like klepon, just missing the palm sugar.
We finished eating and now we are heading back, but I think we will take another turn. On the way back we decided to come to the store to buy some snacks for tomorrow morning. They have some delicious baked sweet things here, and they have a promotion, so we can buy 2 and get 1 free. You know what? I really like Indonesian small stores like this because they always have places to sit. Sometimes even you can find special things to charge your cell phones. You can buy and drink coffee here. A lot of options of different products. Mostly it's just snacks, but they have everything you need if you are a traveler, if you travel somewhere, if you are on the road, I mean going from one city to another. And a lot of drinks. I don't know why, but Indonesia has a lot of sweet drinks. So many options I've never seen in any other country in the world. I decided to buy this drink. It's cheap, only 8,000 rupiah. It says it's real juice. I don't believe actually, but let's try it. Tastes like real juice. I like it. It even contains small pieces of pineapple. A really good drink. I really recommend if you want to drink something fresh. This one is good. We're passing the cinema that was built in 1980s, and once my wife called me to go there and she told that, oh, you know, Camille, that cinema is so old, so retro. So I went there and it turned out it's just a normal cinema, you know. In Russia, most of the cinemas look exactly the same because Russian cinemas are old as well. For example, I am from a small city. The population is just 150,000 people, and our cinema in that city just looks the same. Not much differences. Of course, we have modern cinemas as well in big cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, but that's the exception actually. And I love old cinemas because they have retro vibe. For me it's just normal, okay? Maybe for Indonesian people it's really something old, but for me it's just not so, it's like, you know, a place from a childhood. When you was a child and you remember that your parents took you to such places, that's why when you visit them you have a bit of nostalgia, you feel a bit melancholic, and as a melancholic guy I really love this vibe. So you see that the trottoir is really very old. I don't even think it was ever renovated, ever be fixed. But the sidewalks are actually quite good, you know. The government just need to fix it and it will be good. I think I really need to you know, like talk more about walking on the streets, because Indonesian people nowadays they don't like to walk, they just use motorbikes, but it's really good to walk here. I don't know why we are the only people who are walking, you know. You see? They just use motorbikes. Come on, if you are not going far, if the destination you want to go is just like 5 kilometers, just walk there, especially in the evening. I understand if you don't want to walk during the afternoon, because in the afternoon it is hot, right? But in the evening it's not hot, it's just calm, it's just cozy, the weather is good.
How bad is that? You cannot walk here, so you need to walk from here.
My wife is afraid to walk on the sidewalks, so she preferred just to follow the main road for vehicles.
And it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Walk